Hi, I'm Melissa, and what I have to share with you today are the 4 essential questions to ask for your spiritual evolution. So in last week's video, I talked about regrouping and what it is and why it's the most important habit to your spiritual growth. So if you haven't watched that video yet, I encourage you to do so. I'll post the link right here in this video. If you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Melissa. I'm your guide to all things spirituality, connecting with your angels, developing your intuition, living your purpose, and generally just growing and being more fulfilled and joyful and abundant in this lifetime. And who doesn't want that? So today's topic is a really important one, and it's very specific. The 4 key questions to regrouping every day. So as a quick recap, spiritual regrouping is the process of evaluating what you're learning and growing every single day. So here's the 4 key questions for you. You could do this at the end of the day, looking over your entire day, or you could do it for one specific project or activity you've just been working with. So the first question is, what did I accomplish? So you can just share if you're working with a teammate or with your own guidance if you're just by yourself. What did you accomplish? Really acknowledge what you've done. Because I don't know about you guys, but I can often get to the end of the day and go, oh, I didn't get anything done, which isn't actually true. I'm just looking at the to-do list of all the things I still have to do and thinking that I haven't done enough. So really acknowledging all that you have accomplished in this opportunity or during the day. Okay. The second question is, what did I learn? So think back. This is that process of going back to the past, but doing it in a positive way. So what did you learn from what you've been involved in? So if it was the whole day, you review everything that happened that day, just kind of taking a mental trip back, quickly evaluating what you learned from what you were involved in. And you can share it again with your teammate, or just write it down in your journal for your own inner guidance. Seeing the growth and what you're learning is really, really important. I've had a situation the last few days that I realized that someone was being a little bit critical of a way that I was doing a project. And at first, I took it personally. And then I chose to turn that around and say, okay, what's the good in this? And what do I have to learn from it? And so I really wanted to listen, try to turn her criticism to more constructive criticism and see what's the value in this. And as I was doing that, I was saying, oh, okay, what I learned is, maybe I wasn't factual enough in my communication. And I could have asked for feedback when I didn't. I just put it out there. And I was rushing a little bit. I'm so busy, I wasn't putting all the energy and focus into this project that I could have. So amazing value from something that was initially a little bit of a hurtful experience. And it's not just the bad things you learn from. You are going to learn from the good things too. So really take that time to explore, okay, what did I learn from this? Because when you know what you learned, that then it becomes wisdom as a part of you. And that's why regrouping is so important. Okay. Question 3, what was my highlight? So whether you're looking at the day or you're looking at the project, think about what was really the highlight of all of that. And what was the most fun? What was really lit you up? And you'll be able to identify something. That too really pinpoints and helps you to focus on the positive. There is way too much focusing on the negative in our society. And so by looking at the highlight, you can say, yes, I'm grateful for this and I acknowledge the positivity in it. That helps your state of consciousness immensely. And finally, question 4, what would I do differently next time? Oh my gosh, this is like the best of the 4 because this is where, again, your growth is becoming wisdom and you're going to take that with you into the next opportunity. So I had a lot of this coming up for me when I regrouped the experience I was describing. I'm not going to go into all the details, but I saw amazing ways that I could do things differently. And I'm still working on the project so I can still do things differently. It was writing copy for a website. So with this person's feedback, I saw, oh, okay, now I see how I could have designed this website differently, or I could have written about the retreat differently. And I'm going to create an itinerary on the website. There's still 3 months to do this, and I can implement it right away. So this is where that growth and evolution really happens. Knowing what you learned, what your highlight was, helps you focus your energy on the positive. And what would I do differently next time if I had this to do over again? That is the gold mine. That is the amazing growth and wisdom that just has become a part of your energy from now on. And you can start approaching things differently. In other videos, I've talked about spiraling upward. So our spiritual growth is not always an uphill direct climb. We go out and experience for a while and then we come back. And then you might attract that same experience again, but you've grown a little bit more in this area, and you might attract it again in the next go around, but you've grown even more in that area to where now you're approaching that kind of a situation with a different state of consciousness. If you want to grow and evolve into a more evolved being, a higher state of consciousness, ask yourself these 4 regrouping questions on a regular basis. You know, people talk about evolution and ascension. This is really what ascension is, okay? We don't need to get all woo-woo about we're ascending and it's the best time for ascending, la-da-da. It's always been a time for ascension throughout the history of planet Earth. And if you want to grow, this is the way to do it. It's not always easy, it's not always fun and games, but you are being sincere with yourself. And as long as you don't take this as an opportunity to beat yourself up or focus on the negative, you're going to really grow into that amazing, mature soul that you can be. And that's a strong pivot point for everything in your life. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed that. I created a handout for you, just a simple handout of these 4 regrouping questions, because I think that might be helpful. You can stick it by your bedside or wherever you like to do your regrouping to remind you of the 4 specific questions. So I've posted that link below. Go ahead and pick up that free handout. And again, have you subscribed to this channel? Please subscribe so we can have you as part of this amazing community of spiritual seekers around the globe. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, comment, let me know what you thought, and I will look forward to seeing you next time.